When last we left the party.
Well, hey, that's my line. When last we left the... Damn it, fine. You say it then.
I don't know what happened last time.
You...
Oh, wait. When last we left the party... Sorry, guys, I'm tired. When last we left myself and my other party members with our floating narrator GM, we had just entered Garland's floating citadel over crater after Guido brushed his beard.
He actually did that in preparation for jumping down. He was like, I'm ready.
And had been abandoned by our Ulthoi escorts.
They refused to enter the Citadel. In fact, I meant to mention this last time. I don't remember if I did. But they actually evacuated the Citadel. So you should see nothing and no living thing down there.
No, you didn't mention that last time.
Okay. Wasn't sure. Nevertheless, definitely no one there.
Yeah, so they have told us that we should see nothing and no living thing and should not trust our eyes.
Yes, that is something they've mentioned, although that's pretty much just a thing for the Crater region in general, you get the impression.
And then they abandoned us. And I somehow managed to catapult into a Guido into a hole.
It's okay. You lived. Right?
You're the only one that didn't take damage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I do believe that is correct. Yeah, I'm at 100% health.
I'm just kind of adding to the map here. I've got an idea, viewers, and I'm going to try and work on it on the side here while I GM. And if I can implement it for this session, that's great. And if not, I'll just show it off next session. I'd literally, for my viewers, I literally had this idea 20 minutes ago as I was lying down trying to kill a headache. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. But I don't want to have a headache when I'm GMing tonight. And so I just kept laying there.
What's up with your camera?
What, mine?
No, third is the same color as his walls.
Actually, it looks a lot nicer. I was going to ask what you were doing with the lighting.
Well, I was actually had a mini painting lamp, and just as I turned this on, I had an idea. What if I reposition this? I could get some better lighting if I bounced it off the wall.
Aha!
Now you don't look like a wall.
Yes. But you do look better than you did previously, in my opinion.
Wow.
What? No, I don't mean... Okay, that's too much. That's too much.
Solar flare.
Well, I mean, you are a geomancer.
There's no good area for me to put it unless I do, spooky stuff.
Primus, now GM'd by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, there you go.
Guys, we're in the Citadel.
Don't trust your eyes!
Now that movie, I forget which one it is, it's home to the greatest line. Kirk asked for the status of the ship, and the report he gets is major damage.
There you go.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for the information. That really helps out a
That takes
lot.
The spot of Wrath of Khan where he's like, "Hey Spock, what's the damage?" And then so he grabs and brings him over to a console and points at the screen.
Yeah, I love Wrath of Khan, but that scene makes me laugh every time I see it. It's like, gee, thanks, Spock. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for pointing out the very obvious grid 5 feet away from me.
You know exactly where to hit us.
Anyways, okay, so let's reset the scene a little bit. You are in the incomplete Garland Citadel. There are giant chunks, voxels, cubes of the Citadel that are just not there and should be. The Citadel is made of solid aetherite, which, to refresh you on the 4 main new materials of this setting, aetherite is the thing that repels magic and repulses it, and therefore...
I think I have some just flat old normal ammo.
I was going to say, magic in general basically either will not work at all or will not work correctly within most of this area, unless it's being designed to work with the aetherite. And I mention that because it's going to be an interesting trip here. You are on what's basically a spiral tower, and on the outside of the tower is a staircase going all the way down to the bottom.
Not a screw.
Yes, but you have to make one yourself with tools from around the house. If you look up, it looks like an image of a sunny sky is basically being displayed on the ceiling. And of course, the parts where the ceiling is incomplete, like the hole you just jumped into, you can clearly see the massive nightmarish storm outside, because this is Crater, and there's always storms around Crater.
So there's a beautiful sky, and then immediately next to it is the massive storm.
Yes, of nightmarish
No
horror.
real gap in between the two.
Correct.
Seems like a pleasant place.
You looking down. Okay, so you are right about here. Say southeastern part of the map to give you a little bit of perspective. So most of what you're going to be seeing is stretching out to the northwest of where you are, like you're at the southeast corner, basically. What you see below you is a rather large plain-looking area with which has been
Like grasslands plain.
yeah, like grasslands. And the only aberration is the fact that, like, every now and again, I shouldn't say every now and again, there's walls that jut up out of the grass that are clearly made of aetheryte and are quite tall. They don't go all the way to the ceiling, which would be like a few hundred feet, but they go up like 20, 30 feet, something like that in any given case. And they seem to be encasing certain chunks of the terrain around you in a way that would imply to you that those are hollow and that there's a way to get in them. The plane itself has 3 levels. Tiers, I think, is probably the word I best want to use that. So the bottom level, which is where you would be if you went all the way down the spiral staircase, is like at altitude 0, basically. Then if you go northwest a little bit longer, there's like a little slope up, and then there's the second tier, and then if you go northwest even further, there's another slope up, and that's the highest tier. Each of those slopes, again, the slope itself seems to be made of pure aetheryte with grass, and the incongruence between the two there, here and there. I'm going to save more explanation of the terrain until you've decided what you're doing, because you're still on the top of this spiral tower.
If I understand correctly, there's no way off the spiral tower to any of the other tiers. We have to go down to the bottom, and then the tiers are only accessible by traveling up the plane.
If you were willing to drop quite a distance, you could probably reach the second tier from here. It's about a 10-foot out, so I think you could make that jump, but that'd be like a 60-foot down.
That's fun.
That sounds fun.
So if you could do that, I'm checking my notes right here. I'm staring at the map. I suppose
you probably blink there, Abilene, but I don't think we could safely.
That's
make
true. Abilene would be like, "I'm right here. What? Come on down. It's cool."
I can go check it out if you want me to, and come right back.
Can I get some awareness
I
checks
can
really
only
quick
do that like 6 though.
before you guys go for awareness checks? Wisdom.
Right.
I just say awareness because I know Snark has an awareness thing, and I think Abilene does too. Actually, you can do it. You can reach your dice.
22.
I was at 22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't remember if I have an awareness thing.
Okay.
I have trap finding.
Guido, you're lost all of a sudden. Wow.
Damn it, Snark, where'd you go?
We jumped down here. Come on down. No.
Oh my god, dude.
No.
That's horrible.
Baron, I have my goggles. My googles.
I was about to say, you have Google in game? When did I allow you to have that? Holy
maps,
crap.
see where we're going.
Yeah, there you go. You are on the fastest route.
Despite normal random encounters, you will reach your destination.
You're making me screw up the drawing.
That's the part that's still under construction.
Oh, there you go. Just roll wisdom. I don't think you have an awareness. Well, actually, no, I do think you have an awareness thing, so never mind.
I was looking for I don't see it. Look for it.
Link me your character sheet.
Why do you not have it?
Because I have 700,000 tabs up right now.
You always have 700,000 tabs up. I bet 2 of them are me.
No, actually, not right now, anyways. Are you gonna link me or no? Did you already link me?
I did.
You did. Okay. I got it. All right.
What's today?
In game or out?
In game.
April 25th.
Are you sure? Because I have a note on here that says May 18th.
Yes, I am sure. Yeah, there was a month fast forward, remember?
Yeah, but April is
comes
before May.
before May.
Does it?
So, yes.
March, April, May. Well, I guess it's June then? That doesn't sound right. Hang on. Now I gotta go check something. Hang on. Let me check the archive. P. Primus 72. Making me do
I'm
this.
going to laugh if you did a me, because the other day at work, I had a guy that his birthday, like I had two guys that were drinking alcohol, and one of them's birthday was 95. The other one's birthday was 94. And I told the guy that's birthday was 94 that he couldn't drink alcohol because you had to be from 95.
No, it looks like I did. It should actually be June 25th right now. So, anybody who caught that last episode, congrats. Because the whole last episode said April 25th. It should actually technically be June 26th, it occurs to me. There we go.
Alright, we're going back in time.
Alright, what the hell was that? Oh yeah, so anyway, it says if you have the goggles on, you get advantage. That's it.
Goggles give me advantage? They don't say that.
Nope, they don't.
I will make a note.
They should say that, because that's part of the point of those.
Awareness rolls. Okay. Not that helped me a whole lot. Brought my total up to a 9.
Yeah! Alright, Snarg,
Yes.
the
My
only
second
one.
roll was a 5.
The only one who rolled greater than double digit. Oh, okay. All of you see that there's a river down there. I'll just start with that. The rest of you don't see Jack because you suck.
Not our fault.
Technically, Snarg, you see.
I'm looking for ninjas.
There you go. That's valid. There's a lot of things that could happen ninja related. Snarg, you see what looks like little huts, as if people would set up tents and camp and whatnot on the third tier, the tallest of the tiers, which is a bit of a ways out, which is why it's kind of hard to see from here. It's kind of obscured as well. You can also kind of tell that river goes up both tiers, so it's trickling down and ends up it runs into the tower that you're currently standing on. But in the distance, you can see it kind of goes around another bend and way off into the who knows what. You also can tell that the physics in here don't work right. And to explain what I mean by that, like, logically
Gravity doesn't
speaking...
accelerate at a rate of 10 meters per second.
Well, kind of, actually. See, you should be able to see, line of sight, the whole area you're looking at. But when you look out, you see the third tier, and then there's, like, this wall thing, and then you should, like your eyes are telling you, you should logically be able to trace that wall thing, and then you should be able to see where the rest of the river is, and you can't. So there's either some kind of illusion thing, or there's some kind of incomplete setup, or whatever. This place is obviously incomplete, and it shows in many ways. So we'll make the tower 1. How's that sound? 1. We'll make 2, 3. What do you want to do?
Well, point out the tents and look, civilization. Or maybe the old one left us.
What?
What are you talking about? There's nothing down there. There's just a river.
There's like little tents or something.
Are you
No, who is tents?
smart? They told us this place was abandoned. There's no tents there. Clearly, you're seeing things. They warned us about this.
That's actually true.
I'm telling you what I see.
That is true, honestly.
Guido, do you see any tents?
Snarg, you might want to be careful. You're the only one that's seeing it.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun.
are you saying we're going to go past tents?
Ugh. I already have a headache. Damn it, man.
Well,
I mean, if you
I guess
really
it's all the way
think
up there on
there's
the on
tents
tier.
down there, I guess we can go down and check it out.
Maybe we should just, and we probably should have asked the Ulthway where they actually been.
I
Oh,
thought
we're
it was good.
There aren't any like marks of Ulthway, like claw scratchings or anything of that sort around here, are there?
We'll say no.
Okay. Actually, I want to do an experiment. Like, so we're in a plane, correct?
Yes.
And if this is like those other ones we've been before, I'll reach down and just kind of like scratch the plane, like disturb some of the earth.
There we go. Whoa, that looks terrible. Well, no, you're on the tower right now.
Okay.
Well,
You-
I'm inside the tower right now, and so is Guido, because we fell in a hole.
I knew it. No smoothness.
So we're on a grass stuff.
So I'm up above them right now.
Well, I mean, if you want to go down, you can. I just didn't hear anybody say, we're going down, so I didn't presume.
Well, we were inside to begin with.
But yeah, you're...
I think we need to make our way down to the ground floor.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ground
Okay.
floor. Press the elevator button.
You head down. Again, no real issues in doing so. What the hell? Why is there a frickin' 5 there? Why is there a 5 there? You head down, and as you're descending, you start to notice that the temperature is changing. Like, as you get down, you feel like it's getting warmer, and you're like, like pleasantly warm, comfortably warm. And then you take like another couple of steps down the staircase, and then it gets to be like 30 degrees.
So it's really cold.
Then you take another few steps, and then it gets to like 0 degrees.
Audience, we're on Fahrenheit degrees, not Celsius. I know some of you are European. So
Yeah,
30 is not hot, it's cold.
Then you go a little further. Yeah, I can't do Celsius off the top of my head. Then you go a little bit further.
30 is something close to like 0 or negative for them, I think. I think 0 is 32 degrees for us.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's exact. Kazra says it's exactly. And he says he's smart.
I don't know if I agree with that, though. Okay. I mean, he does like Mass Effect 3. I mean,
You, like.
I built my career off Mass Effect 3.
Exactly.
Okay.
Rex.
Sharper. I used to be able to do that voice perfect. I can't do it anymore. Okay, so you go a little further, and it goes back to being like 70-ish degrees, pleasantly warm. And this happens most of the way down. As you're going down, you also notice along the staircase, we'll say about 20 feet from the ground at this point, there's basically this fissure of violent green energy just erupting from the wall, like near, like the wall that you're walking alongside in the staircase going down, effectively blocking the staircase.
I'm guessing that's not supposed to be like that.
I can try to read.
Is it like acting as a wall or something, or does this look like it's accidental, like it's not supposed to
This
be?
looks accidental.
Okay.
Or Gerlin, because his style.
Elemental affinity. See if there's any kind of
Could I use my trapping detecting-ness-nessing to maybe see if there's a trap switch that, like at the door or something?
So you two do elemental affinity rolls. You do a trap sense roll, and we'll see if
I'm
anybody
not
comes
very
up with
good at
anything.
trap sensing.
I'm not doing an elemental affinity roll.
Come on. Okay, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Okay. I'm what level?
I don't.
Is this just my rogue level?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really do trap sending that often.
Okay, well,
I got a
that's
10.
like a total of a 4.
Okay, so 10. That's actually really impressive given your particular elemental
Yes.
affinity.
I rolled an unnatural 20.
Wow. Snarg, what did you get?
Let's see. I got a 26.
Okay. At 26, you can tell that what's coming through there is chaotic energy. I don't mean, excuse me, I shouldn't use that term, because there's a thing such as chaos in my setting. What I mean by that is different elemental energies are coursing out, and most of the violence of the outburst is being caused by the fact that, like, for example, some life energy would be seeping out, and it would be just like a normal, casual energy seepage, but then some fire energy will get in there, and the two clash violently, as they do, because all the elements don't actually work naturally together. So it's causing this constant, just like this jet flame thing going on here of all, and it's just cycling through the 8 different elements as it's going. What did you get against this? A 1, a -5, a 4. Okay, you are positive that there's a trap switch right just next to the flame. All right, you burn your hand. You burn your hand again. You burn your other hand.
Still got 2
Guido.
more feet.
Guido, come here.
It's a good idea, Guido.
I
Wait,
approach
right
hesitantly.
I've got smoking paws. There's a switch right here. If you hit it hard enough, this wall is a door and it's going to open.
I'm going to look closer at the wall.
Okay.
I believe her.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, you are 100% certain, man, that there's this switch just right there. It looks like a switch.
Look, see that? You can see the outline of it.
Looks like a switch to me.
I was trying to see if there was anything I could do, like ability-wise here. There's not.
It's,
Okay.
It's totally a switch, man.
Wait a minute. She said if I like hit it hard enough, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch it.
Okay. Give me a strength roll.
So I have.
down-
Wait, Guido. I have a utility belt which has a tool for every occasion.
Oh god.
I'm gonna pull a sledgehammer out of my tool belt and give you.
Guys, she is officially Batman. I repeat. She is officially Batman.
Was there ever an episode where Batman pulled a sledgehammer out of his utility belt?
I don't recall.
Here you go, Guido. This might help.
I have 2 words for you: shark repellent.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have some in there somewhere. What's
Yeah.
a shark?
What's a shark?
Do we have sharks in our setting?
Sure.
So that's a 25.
To hit the wall on that spot with a
Uh-huh.
sledgehammer.
Okay.
It's not a magic sledgehammer.
No, it's just... Okay, so I'm going to try and describe as best as I can what happens. I'm going to need a dexterity roll in advance, Guido.
From who? Everyone?
Actually, probably, yeah, everyone. That's a valid thing.
Well, I rolled in
Is
the
this-
double digits for that. My dex roll is... What's dex? 18.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And I have my cat-like mobility, which is not an item. It's just... Yeah.
All right, for today's session, everyone's going to be represented by an Alliance footman, because it's the
Right.
icon I have ready to go.
Is this going to be considered a save?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. That makes
Wait.
it a 28. No, wait, a 20 because of my armor.
That's
Okay.
hold on. There's a thing. Anytime a rogue is required to perform a dex save, if they succeed, they take no damage. So if I've
Yes.
succeeded with my 18, I take no damage.
That is true. Snarg, what was yours?
It is a 6. Oh, I'm sorry. It's +2 because if it's your good save, so it's an 18.
Okay, well, so all 3 of you successfully... How do I even put this? Okay, here's what's actually happening. Boom. Now, I want you to tell me, with your successful dexterity rolls, how you avoid being flung out to the plains, or if you succeed at being flung out to the plains and just land safely, or how you dodge, going further up the steps or down the steps, or whatever it is you do. But you all 3 of you
So the
succeed.
wall explodes.
Yeah, he hits it, and that basically causes the already present instability to cascade a little bit.
It ruptures.
So it ruptures. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. It ruptures.
I get flown backwards. Just
Up the ramp.
bam.
And you land safely, because you got your save.
I'm standing a little bit further behind him, kind of like off to the side, having just pulled out my sledgehammer for him.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I probably go that way, dodge and jump out of the way,
All right.
reach terminal velocity, and then land like a cat.
Of course. Very chic.
Very chic. All right. I
My
guess
sledgehammer, because I caught it as it went.
Snarg, being a geomancer, probably has quick enough reflexes to just try and deflect it somewhat as it comes.
Okay.
We'll
Put it like
I don't want to land down there.
Okay. Whoops. A little further back. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our map. Woo!
All right.
For our viewers, anyways, it's really crap. I know. I literally just threw this together while I was talking.
All right.
This is them, guys. You see this on the camera?
Yes.
This is them. They're over here. Although they just split up, so now I got to make 2 more of these. Let's make this a little smaller. They're actually like this big. Can you see this, guys? Everyone pick a color. All 3 of you pick a color.
Orange.
Green.
Cool.
Okay, so we'll highlight these in your particular color. We'll do green. So, okay. So where'd you land exactly, sis? Evelyn?
I went off onto the level.
Whee! Ploop. And then Guido
Went
up.
backwards up the ramp, and Snarg just kind of sat where he was.
I'm on the plains.
Oh, okay. Guido was knocked back down into the plains, and you were purple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's purple, and then Snarg was orange?
No,
Green.
I'm orange.
Green. Oh, I'm sorry. I... Da, 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 da.
There. Sorry.
And you tried to absorb the power into yourself. Roll for insanity.
Wait, what?
To my world.
Okay, there we go. There's all 3 of them. Can you see those on the... Okay, you can kind of see those. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go look at the map a little bit now. All right, so, Snarg, you're, like, up there. You 2 are down there. Okay, so immediately to your southwest is another one of those ledges leading up to a 2nd tier. Although, it's weird because there's just a 2nd tier and then it leads into, like, a wall, and you're not even sure why it's there. It's, like, just like an outcropping, a ledge. There's definitely no secret walls there. To the north, now that you're down here, you can see there's actually a passageway. So if you were to go up to the 2nd tier, you would be able to go into a passageway, 2 passageways, actually, you can see from here. The river I mentioned earlier is just north of you, and is flowing rather rapidly, actually. Think literal rapids, if you've ever seen that in real life, which I'm sure all 3 of you have. Yeah, I guess that's it for the moment.
All right. Look then and say, I don't think hitting the wall is gonna knock anything here.
Oh, hang on, real quick. As you're saying that, Snarg, you suddenly hear this weird, and the sledgehammer.
No, I have the sledgehammer.
No. Okay, fine. Never mind.
Unless I'm coming back with...
No, I've got it. So what happens is the sledgehammer's flying through the air, and then it's coming down, and Evelyn, you look up and you're like, "Huh!" You catch it.
And you jerk backwards a couple of feet.
Yes, because it's a sledgehammer plummeting at terminal velocity.
So, what's the view like down there?
There's a river. There's a passageway.
Oh,
There's a wall that the little voice in my head says it clearly is not a secret door.
Obviously isn't. I mean,
Obviously, there's still no huts, Snarg.
well, I said there were tents, but
at this point, you actually couldn't see the tents, even if you could see them. They're too much of a height difference at this point.
Oh, they were up.
Yeah, they're on the 3rd tier. You're down on the 1st.
I thought they were down.
Ah.
all right. So maybe we can take that other path down there. I don't think getting through this thing is going to happen right now.
Just jump.
Yeah, I'll just held on
Okay.
the edge.
Give me a, I guess, strength check.
All right,
Jump.
here we go.
Take 30 damage, automatic.
It's a 20 total.
You're fine. For just a 20-foot jump, you're totally fine. So, all three of you are now on the first tier.
It's okay, I landed on my face.
You landed on your jaw.
So, passage or completely, obviously not.
There, you could also go try to swim up the river. You could also try to go up to the second tier, and that is kind of your options at the moment. You could also go back up the tower if you really wanted to.
I want to figure out the wall that is clearly not a hidden room.
It's not. It's just a wall. Duh.
I go up the side and start going, ooh, 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 ooh.
I'm gonna go up and rolled a 3 on my trap finding to see if there's a.
You are 100% convinced that there's a trap in that wall,
There's a trap,
and it's right there.
I need to disable it.
Well, better roll the disable check.
That's
Okay.
an 11.
Okay, so you're having trouble. You're not sure why.
I'm just gonna keep at this for a little while.
Like, what are you doing? You're just poking at the wall again.
Okay, so
I'm
you're...
disabling the trap.
Whoops. You're orange again, just to remind myself.
I'm
I'd-
orange.
Okay.
A trap.
There's a trap. I can sense these things, you know. I have
just realized I
road
could zoom in.
training.
So can I.
There we go, I can zoom in.
No, you can walk over top of them. You can't sense them.
So can.
I thought he could just walk over them.
Actually, he
couldn't
can sense them.
Well, whatever. There's a trap here, and my next roll is a 16 to disable the trap.
Oh, okay, so a 16. It occurs to you.
I start pulling bricks out of it.
No. It occurs to you as you're going through it. It's like, well, hang on. I'm thinking of this from the wrong direction. This, I need to
Evelyn.
use magic on this.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think a Scion built this thing. I don't think they're going to put buttons to open things.
So I've got to use magic, right?
Duh. I mean, that's just obvious to you at this point.
Would that not work?
So I
We're
pull
looking-
Sasha out.
Oh, but we're looking at an 8th right wall right now, right?
Yes. Oh, by the way, viewers at home, yes, he is playing Mass Effect 3 in the background there.
Yes, he is. No, it is not in preparation for the new one.
Ed is.
Him playing that is in preparation for the new one?
Yeah, he and I were even talking about it that day.
Oh, well, I thought he was just playing through them.
The new one's coming out in a month, but he just felt like playing through them for no related reason. Anyways.
I started the first one because I thought this thing was going without preparation for this.
Oh, okay.
You know, you could try to convince your comrades to use magic on the wall. I think that would be a great idea.
It's Sasha. I have earth-piercing bullets. Aetherite's a rock.
It's true.
That's earthy.
That's true.
I'm going to use
Everything's a rock.
Aristotle physics on this thing.
You've got this.
Kong.
Is anyone stopping her from shooting the wall?
I
I was going to
was
stand back because
So I want you to roll damage, sis. Just damage.
One.
So what's the damage?
I don't know.
Yeah. Hang on. I think I still have your character sheet.
It does 5. Oh, wait, I'm not even rolling that dice. I'm rolling a d12. What am I doing? I need to put that die away. That die is broken. Which one's a d12? Is it the roundish one?
I don't know.
Yes, it is the roundish one. Let's get a different dice out while we're at it, because the green dice is broken.
Did I just load your sheet? Did I close
Okay,
it?
I rolled a 2 on that, which makes the total damage that I do 10.
Woo!
And it pierces 3 SR.
Fantastic.
That's applicable.
Wow. By absolute chance, it doesn't hit anybody as it reflects off the magic reflective wall. Amazingly
No blasters. All right, let's not do that.
This is only rolled a 2.
Who has the thought box?
Thought box.
Yes, the thing you got from the Olthoi.
Thought box.
It'd either be you or me, I think.
Yes, probably you, I'd imagine, because you were the one talking to the Olthoi.
That's the one I was looking at, right?
That we wouldn't actually let you carry.
No. You said I couldn't use it to do stuff,
Oops.
but I got to hold on to it to examine it.
But we wouldn't have let you keep it.
Oh, okay. So you took it away from me.
We would have, yeah.
Okay. So I don't have it anymore.
So
Sure.
yeah, I'm.
Regardless, somebody has it.
So, yeah.
I think maybe there's some sort of thing we can connect to with that. I mean, I'm thinking Scion, they use this kind of stuff to operate their machines.
So, what I was going to say earlier, while you guys were checking out the wall, was I was checking out the river. So, I'm a few paces away. So I'm assuming you're just like hollering over to me. You know, hey, come check out the wall, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're over there.
Asha didn't do anything to it. Maybe you need to punch this one too, Guido.
So I'll take out the box and investigate the wall. I'll like spot check it.
All right.
Hold-
Give me. I don't even know what modifier to give to this. Just give me a d20. Don't add anything.
Chaos die.
Yeah. Go ahead and add the cast die to this.
Okay.
As reality is warped
Wow.
around you.
So that's a 23.
Wow. Okay. So as you look at it, it's actually 100% clear to you that there's no secret passageway here, or traps, or anything else whatsoever. You are, however, very certain that there was supposed to be. Based on your observation, it feels like there's hollow spaces in the wall where there was supposed to be stuff, but it never actually got there.
Okay.
Oh, and there's lava. Sorry, there's lava on the other side of the wall. Forgot to mention.
Oh, okay. By the way.
By the way, here, I'll add this to the map for our viewers at home. So they can see the lava. And just see what I'm talking about. Lava.
This is the wrong way.
It's actually
There
a
we go.
lot of it's like this whole thing. It's just non-stop lava. Like, this is enough to fill the whole plane's first tier if it poured out.
Is that like the Scion under construction sign? Just put lava there?
Just put lava there. They can just use it for whatever. Just lava. There's lava up here, too. I think you guys get the idea.
Because you'd actually have to intentionally put it there.
I don't know why it's green. Don't ask me, guys.
It's fell lava.
It's fell lava. Oh, crap. The lava is attached to Guido. Oh, wait, that's not Guido. That's Snarg.
Oh, that's
The
okay.
lava's attached.
The lava's
That's
attached to...
somehow better.
Can I keep it? It followed me.
He is the geomancer.
And he is fire element.
He is. I mean, that actually fits surprisingly well. Let me try and fix
What a day
that.
then.
Let me.
Why it's
fix
all
that.
green.
Let's put this back. Put the lava back. There we go. Now there's Snarg with no lava.
Yes. All right. Well, obvious passageway then.
Yeah, so I think we should either head towards the river or one of those passages.
You actually, that was the same direction.
Well, there you go. Our decision has been made.
Okay.
All right. What were you checking out at the river?
Well, I didn't really have a chance to get any information from it, so
Oh, well, let's look at it. Let's look at it.
So you guys head north.
I will
Got-
help my stellar awareness rolls.
These guys are not actually like. So for our viewers at home, each of these guys, like if this was to scale, is about 40 feet wide. They've gained a little weight. Just to give you an idea, like this river is supposed to be 20 feet across, just to give you an idea. Anyways, the river's about 20 feet across. And like I said, raging rapids, just going by at a very rapid pace. Right behind the river, from the perspective you're looking at, is the slanted up to the second tier.
And there's a passageway down here somewhere.
If you get up to the second tier, there are actually 2 passageways up there.
Okay,
You can't
so
see
there's
them.
one down here.
You can't see them right now because you're like right up against it. But
But we could see one of them when we were further over that way.
yes,
Yeah.
and you saw the other one from up on the tower, so you know it's there.
Oh, my stellar awareness roll with advantage has garnered me a 14.
Woohoo!
My dice are broken. You touched my dice while you were here, didn't you?
Actually, I did. Legitimately, but not for any malevolent purposes. I needed to roll a dice for something totally unrelated. And I was like, she's got a dice in her room. Grab. Roll. It was a 12, so it was a good roll when I rolled it.
I told you, viewers, I knew. He's broke my dice. Again! You know, I just went through and bought all new dice because he broke the last set.
That just gives you an excuse to buy more.
I don't need them.
All right. So these rapids.
Supposed to be random.
They're not, though! He touches them and then they won't roll in the double digits.
They're random until they start rolling poorly, and then they're just biased.
Exactly. We all understand those.
What?
All right. So do these rapids
They're
look
in
like?
my office. What am I supposed to do?
Are these bad enough that it would be like dangerous to actually try and cross?
Not like super dangerous, but the odds of you getting swept away into it and thrown against the rocks, which are there, or the bricks, which are there, are pretty high.
Okay.
This is pretty unstable terrain, so to speak.
And I have to admit, this is kind of the last thing I expected to see when I went to the Citadel. But thinking back, actually, anytime we've been in some place like this, they've had some sort of weird terrain.
That's true.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should also let everyone do, we'll say... I gotta think about this. I'll roll. Let me think about what stat should be applied. Yeah, sure.
Hint!
No. I guess we'll just do a wisdom roll. Straight with not an awareness, just a wisdom roll.
Oh, that's a 13.
I have a 12.
I got a 13.
All of that is good enough to tell that there's just something off about the water. You're not really sure what, but now that you're like right up against it, and you're staring at the water going by, you're like, that doesn't seem right.
Well,
Yeah.
Guido was looking at it. I mean,
I'm gonna dip a cup into it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, without touching the water.
Sorry. Okay. So you dip the cup into it, and you're like, okay. And the water's glowing in the cup. And
I'm an expert on water, and I know that's not
a
natural.
few seconds later, the cup starts to dissolve. It's pretty slow, but I mean, there's holes developing. You pour it out?
No, I'm holding the cup away from me from like the top of the cup. where
Okay,
the-
so you're holding it from the top. The rest of it
Like-
does eventually get dissolved, and the water splooshes out. And
Does it do anything to the grass?
not that you can tell, because actually, now that I think about it, so what happens is the water hits the grass and immediately bounces up, and just kind of keeps doing that for a bit until it lands back in the river.
You discovered flubber.
Oh God, I hate that movie. Sorry.
All right, new idea. Let's not try and cross the river.
Yeah, as I'm holding up the handle to my cup.
Yeah, that's a ruined cup. Does it smell like anything?
That's a good question.
Sniffing my cup.
Yes.
As you start smelling it, you feel very nostalgic.
I don't know how to describe. I pine for the fjords.
It's you're just smelling. It's like, and like some memory from Snarg's past, like when he's in the Stonehold region and the great rivers and plains, and he's just,
Do I have a similar response?
yes, to whatever it is that Abilene would find nostalgic. Guido, all you think about is death and destruction.
This cup smells very nostalgic.
What are you going to say?
So I want
Guido?
to try something.
Good. It came from my hometown.
Go ahead, Guido. What do you want to try?
So it's grasslands. There's grass.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay. I want to try and pick a blade of grass.
Okay. Roll strength.
Or get a grass cut.
So that's unnatural 20.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So what happens is this.
I don't get the grass.
You do not get the grass. That actually gave me a little bit of a headache doing that. I shouldn't do that.
Well, don't do that. Not like
What about if
strain-
Oh,
can I cut it with a knife from my utility belt?
okay, I think it's faded enough. Sorry, it went right by, so I'm like, go ahead and try it.
Okay.
All right, now hold up the knife. So you know how when you cut something that's much sharper than the thing you're cutting it with, so there's like
mean
chips.
harder?
Yes. So there's like chips and and broken pieces of your knife now.
Stab. Stab. Stab.
As it slowly gets duller and duller.
Guido! Pull on this grass as hard as you can. Pull the sledgehammer out.
Oh my god.
All right, I back up because this might cause an explosion.
Have I ever told you guys the GM or the lava story?
No.
No.
I don't remember the exact adventure, but and this is not even a joke, and I'm amused because PvP Online actually did a comic almost identical to this. We were going through a particular dungeon that had been kind of custom crafted for the adventures, kind of like the ones you guys have been through before. I've used that idea before. And it's like, all right, there's this area, here's these pots, there's this door, there's this symbol over the door, some iconography over here, and an inscription, and a pit of lava. Okay, I walk over to the pit of lava. Okay, it's a pit of lava. All right, I want to cast magic missile on the lava. Okay, nothing. You hit it. All right, I'm gonna cast detect magic on the lava. Okay, it's not magical. It's just lava. Okay, I'm gonna take 10, which in lore means you just spend an hour. Or wait, is 10 an hour? I can't remember actually.
I think 20 is an hour.
Yeah, I think 20 was an hour. It was an hour, so it was probably take 20. I'm gonna take 20, and I'm gonna really search check this lava. Okay. It's lava. So anyways, the grass. Guido, go ahead.
It may help if I was to describe why I wanted to, take a blade of grass.
Okay.
I wanted to dip it into the river, A, to see if there was any effect on the grass or the river, and B, if I could get basically a drop of water, I was going to taste it.
Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me. That's actually interesting. All right.
Bear in mind that Guido can drink the rock.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know he's
exactly.
he's a Lugian. Yeah, he absolutely can do. By the way, quick thing, especially for those of you who watched my recent Asheron's Call stream. Yes, I do kind of plan to rename everything to not be named from Asheron's Call at some point in the future. I haven't decided when I'm going to pull the Band-Aid on that.
So Lugians become Lugians.
No. See, the thing is, Lugians is actually the Asheron's Call correct term. It's just we all pronounce it incorrectly for years because there's no voice acting in that game. Anyway, so it's the Lugian, Guido. So, here's the thing. As you were pulling, I'm not going to repeat it. I don't want to headache myself again. But as you were pulling on it, you did feel like you were starting to succeed with a 20. That was pretty good. But
Can I help him?
You can try to help him. It felt like... you know how it feels when you're pulling something that's just solid freaking concrete or metal or something? I'm sure you felt that in real life. Like, you just feel that kind of resistance that's insane. It's not impossible to move, it's just really tough. So, a 20 was not enough, is what I'm telling you, in lore.
Well, I'm sure I have a wedge, or a lever, or both.
It's not that important.
You don't have a knife anymore.
Broke my knife.
Or a cup.
Broke my cup.
It was your best teacup, too.
I was picturing a tin
I
cup
know,
like
I'm
you
kidding.
use as a
I'm
kid.
kidding. It's not your teacup.
It might have been my best teacup.
Yeah, like pick Abilene and throw her over the river. But I mean, like,
I can just blink over there.
Yeah, it's 20 feet. It's actually not super wide.
yeah, which one is more fun?
I think I'll just blink.
Considering I'm about to start rewatching Lord of the Rings, that makes me very amused picturing that.
If you see any water horses coming down the river, we'll know.
Ooh! So all of a sudden... No. I didn't... No.
Seems to be the only way to get over to the places on the other side, correct?
Let me switch back over to the map just to verify that I'm... Yeah, absolutely 100% yes. Like if you want to take the time to try to go around, you will find that the river is completely impeding your path forward.
Actually, that's a good question. Where does the river like just go into the wall and then
Into the there's a I can't think of the proper term all of a sudden, but there's a gap in the spiral tower which the river is funneling into.
a little crevasse?
Yeah.
Okay. You said there's some rocks in it as well, right?
You're pretty sure, yeah. It's kind of hard to tell, but there do appear to be some rocks out there in the
Okay, so they're deep under water enough that there's not like stepping stones or anything.
bingo. They're deep. They're in there enough to do damage if you start being tumbled by the rapids.
Right. Of course. I when you build a flying fortress, you don't build the acid river first. That's just not something you do.
No, you built the lava first.
Well, I would have a potential solution if I actually had my geomancy abilities in here.
Had-
Can I ask a stupid question?
Sure.
If Snarg was to get a running start, how far could he long jump?
I'm pretty sure he could manage 20 feet, but I don't remember the rules off the top of my head. I rarely...
I know the 5th edition rules. I don't know the 3.5 rules. The 5th edition rules, yes, but they're a lot more lenient.
No, give me a second. I'll just look it up really quick. Long jump, here we go. The DC depends on the distance. Now, of course, that's 3.5 DC, which doesn't apply at all.
20 feet. Here we go.
But-
Jump DC 20. Requires a 20-foot running start.
Yeah, honestly, I'm fine with that kind of DC.
That's still pretty hard.
A DC 20 is not the easiest thing in the world, but
The question is, what do I mean, we've got the Abilene problem then. What do I do with the Abilene problem? What do I do once I'm over there?
Distract Abilene?
Distract Abilene? Is that the whole purpose?
you could grab Abilene and then rush over and jump with her, and she'll be like, "Wah!" And Guido, you could time your teleport while she's going, "Wah!" And then just hope that she doesn't notice you're suddenly on the other side.
You know I'm not that lucky.
Oh, I've done this once before when I was trying to cross something like this. Pole vaulting. Does anyone have a 10-foot pole?
Does anybody have a kit that has everything that they need that might have a 10-foot pole?
I just might have a 10-foot pole, and I reach into my pocket about yay size.
And then
pull out
Shazam!
shakunk,
Yeah, it's one of those collapsible ones, yeah.
kunk, twist, shakunk.
She's going to be at this for a minute. You gotta...
I'll just pick it up and go.
You have to untwist each thingy because it's
So one of those things where you
collapsible
just
for
flip it and
whatever
go
length
snap.
you need.
No,
It's designed
it's...
for anyone from my size up
Okay. So while you're distracted by that, so all right, Guido. So I'll tell her to teleport over. I'll jump over there with that, and then you can get over there real quick. All right.
Sure.
So
Sounds like a plan.
the story has no idea your teleport messes up in here.
Of course, I'm not quite aware that it does either.
I was going to say, there's only been one incident, and that was kind of... Yeah. Is this the plan, then?
I guess.
Bless you. Abilene sneezes. This is your chance, Guido.
Yeah.
Okay, give me the strength check then.
All right.
Abilene, blink over there. Burn a blink.
Ka-plunk.
Unless you want to go with Snarg and not burn a blink. There will be combat in here.
We're fighting water right now. The worst enemy.
You are fighting water.
All right. So this plus 8.
I'll ride with Snarg.
Okay, that will not add to your DC. She's super tiny.
This plus 8. Does the pole give me anything, or is it just safety?
It's just safety.
Okay. This plus 8. Got a 16.
All right. You make it 16 feet across.
Mhm.
And I want you to picture the slow-mo as you're going over.
I would like to have a dexterity roll, a reflex roll, to see if I notice that we're going into the river, so I can catapult myself off of Snarg's back
Okay.
the remaining 4 feet.
I'm okay with that.
Should it push me into the water to get out?
I'm trying.
What kind of roll is that?
Reflex is fine. Dexterity check. Dexterity skill check.
That's a 13.
13. Not great. I'll say you make it just like you still get singed a bit as you make it across. Snarg, that Snarg boy better start growing some wings or flapping his arms.
I could do that.
That's for like 3 of you. So Snarg, slow-mo style, you're like, yeah. And about 15 feet across, you notice your trajectory is completely wrong and you start plummeting down. Abilene jumps off you, which forces you further down.
All right. I just brace myself to hit and try and roll immediately out.
All right, you land into the water. I shouldn't even call it that. You land into the
Goop of acid.
death. You immediately take damage. Yep. That's going to be 9 typeless damage.
Okay.
And then give me an elemental affinity roll really quick.
Sure.
Guido, I assume you're going to try and...
13.
Okay. 13 is actually good enough. This is... we'll get to it later. We'll do the exposition later. But while you're in the goop, it kind of occurs to you what it is, because now that you're fully being immersed in it.
It's very it's nostalgic goop.
Heal for 15.
I mean,
Yeah, as you're in the water. And then take 13 damage. And then heal for 5. We'll do this as long as you're in here.
I'm just getting out.
What are you doing to get out? There are, in fact, rocks in here. Would you like to examine them more closely? Or would you like to get the hell out of
Well, it
Dodge?
seems like I'm not dissolving immediately.
They're clearly psionic tech, the rocks. There's some kind of thing that's
I
basically...
have psionic understanding.
They're basically keeping the water in a stream, in a river, rather than... which is what should actually be happening.
I see.
It's directing it in a direct path.
Do I think that I could redirect it?
Oh my god. Yes? Please don't destroy my whole dungeon.
There's already lava in it.
I'm just saying.
I'm
You.
not gonna
Yes.
be like, hey, let's look at that.
No, you can redirect it. It's cool. It's cool.
I'm not going to start a water fight with an acid river.
I'm just wondering where you're going to redirect it.
Send the river into the lava and everything's fine.
This is bookmarked.
We'll make
No.
stone. It's Minecraft. We'll just.
Like, I look at that and I'm like, oh, I could potentially redirect this if I so needed to at some point in time.
Okay.
Ow.
All right.
Hop out.
Yeah. It is okay. So I am going to need a strength roll just to get out. It is super rapids.
Save or just regular roll?
We'll say a save to start, and then I'll also need a regular roll after
All right.
that.
24 is the save.
Okay, so
and
that's
regular
sufficient.
roll Is a 13.
That is actually also sufficient. I needed exactly a 13. So you still make it out. I don't know what the net damage healing that was happening there was.
I took net damage.
Okay. So let's get back to the map. So, Abilene, you blinked. No, you didn't blink. You went, "Whoa!" Snarg, You have made it across. Guido!
So I'm hoping that in the, fall into the water and whatnot, Abilene was distracted by, oh god, Snarg's in the water.
That's a good point. Abilene, roll awareness at disadvantage.
Okay, well, it didn't get worse than the first one. That's a grand whopping total of a 7.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's really distracted right now.
Okay, good. I will
Probably more with Sasha and making sure that Sasha's goop free, but yes.
Is Sasha goop free? Let's find out.
Sasha better be goop free.
Sasha is goop free. Sadness.
Good.
Okay, so you teleport. So okay, let me look at the map. All right, so viewers at home, I'm going to zoom out the map a bit so you can see where Guido is. Okay, you see him up here? All right. We'll get to you in just a sec, Guido.
Oh, crap.
Actually, no, I changed my mind. I want him to be, like, right here. No, here. Here. Vote at home! Where should he be? No, we'll put him right there. Okay, so... Snarg, Abilene, you're there. Guido has vanished.
Did Guido fall in the river?
I don't know.
Roll deception. No, I'm kidding. It's pretty honest, actually.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
So my awareness roll to look in the goop to see if Guido is in the goop is a...
Hang on, stand back. I'll dog shake myself to get all the goop off.
Oh yeah, by the way, it absorbs into you.
Oh, well, okay.
So,
Great.
we'll get to that later. Oh, I'm sorry. So what's your awareness roll, really quick?
19.
Okay, so you're 19, like, and as you're looking, you suddenly hear like really loud klaxon alarms sound throughout the entire citadel.
That can't be good.
In fact, I'm going to play the exact sound for my viewers that's going through my head. Give me a moment. Give me just a moment. I got to find it. Oh no, it's the Metroid. It's the Metroid Escape theme, if you know what I'm talking about. For my players. I just got to find the song. I actually have it set to my alarm now. It wakes me up really well. As you might imagine. While I'm looking for this, what are you doing?
I'm going to heal myself because that hurts a little bit.
I'm looking at Guido.
There it is. Evacuate immediately is the name of the song. This is what's playing. Well, no music, but this is what's going on throughout the Citadel right now. I'll just leave that kind of louder in the background. So, Guido, you are right next to the river.
Oh, perfect. Exactly where I wanted to be.
Yeah, there's no grass around here for some reason. Oh, also, this large klaxon just started. Snarg,
Not good.
give me a psionic roll really quick. Guido, do you have psionic roll too? I don't actually remember.
I don't think I have anything psionic anymore.
Okay, just making sure. I know Abilene doesn't.
We don't have the equipment.
I have the box.
He has the box.
This is true. Snarg, what'd you get?
A psionic roll?
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Roll int.
Okay.
So anyways, Guido, you are in a large room, very large room. Not as large as the previous one, 18. What the klaxons are actually demonstrating without vocalization is enemy present.
Oh. Okay.
Whoops, wrong thing. I keep selecting the wrong layer. So, Guido, you're up here, and you can see the water rushing by, and you can see the waterfall where the river's going further down up ahead. There's also a branch in the water as it goes both left and right. And the room you're in, room 11 up here, happens to be filled to the brim with broken glass. And this room is like a few 100 feet across and wide and tall, so it's just a field of broken glass. Which you're standing on. Of course, you've got plated boots. You're fine at the moment.
I'm going to see if I can identify where the glass may have come from or if there's anything special about it. I'm
Okay.
also sending a text.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to the normal music for our viewers. Yes, is the answer to your question, Guido. So you look around for... I'm not even going to make you roll for this. There's no obvious sign of the glass. However, as you're looking around, the glass starts to move a little bit. Just a little bit. It's like kind of... Bits of it are slowly collecting here and there, as if forming into various different piles.
I'm going to head towards the waterfall.
You run towards the waterfall, which is probably the smart decision. As you approach the waterfall, you notice that it's going down, and you recognize the third tier. You're technically actually on the fourth tier right now, which you didn't even see before. So you can actually see down into the plains way ahead of you now.
Hey, Zan, your dice are really loud. Or you can just mute your mic.
It looks so sad. Snark, by the way.
Yes.
And Abilene, I guess I should say. You basically have nowhere to go right now, other than up the aetherite wall. How are you getting up it?
First, I should have
I'm on a
Abilene
ramp.
Don't be alarmed, but that little siren means that I think the fortress thinks we're enemies. I mean, I guess it's not wrong, but
Technically.
I thought there was like a little ramp going up on this side.
Yeah, I thought there was a ramp.
No. It's sheer wall.
You said there was a path. You said that there was a pathway.
They're all sheer walls.
Incline.
All the incline. Yes, that is this. This is the incline.
Okay, an incline means a ramp. For future
A
reference.
very severe incline. I was picturing like you know how you see some sand
I
traps, for
have
example, go
cat-like
like that.
mobility, which means if I have no negative. What does it say? I avoid a penalty for climbing sheer surfaces, and if it has any kind of purchase at all, I can climb it at double speed.
Okay.
So
How tall up is this again?
About 20 feet.
20 feet. Oh, okay. It's not too bad. But it's pretty smooth, I imagine.
It is pretty smooth, yes.
Well, Abilene, I'll just toss you up there, and then you can just drop a rope down.
I don't need to be tossed up. The cat-like mobility isn't a magic thing.
That's true. I mean, it kind of is,
Trait.
but...
It's a trait, though. It's not a magic.
Well, all right.
It's not magical, it's just fifth dimensional. There's a difference.
Well, in any case,
So are you going to climb up?
yes.
Yeah. Well, somebody give me a
I'm
strength
sure I have a
roll.
grappling hook.
I'm going to start calling Abilene Buckaroo Banzai.
I'm gonna let him give you the strength roll.
Okay.
It's not a good one. It's 10.
It's better than mine.
That
Take
is
the 0 off of that.
is not that is terrible. Guido, what are you doing while they're failing?
Why am I failing to climb a wall? I don't have a penalty.
The glass things have started to coalesce into
Last thing.
things. Like, I hesitate to even call them. They're not humanoid, but they're kind of monstrous, and there's a lot of them.
Okay.
So you could take the right branch and go places you don't even know, or you could take the left branch and basically go over the waterfall and down to the third tier.
I think that would be the smarter move. I'm going to head towards the third tier.
Yeah, sploosh. Now, okay. Technically, I should have really, really bad stuff happen here. but I don't want to ruin an entire dungeon that I spent a while designing.
Okay, I didn't realize that you meant actually jump in the waterfall. I thought you were saying there was another path.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. The path is wall to wall water. Water.
Okay.
What are you doing, sis? Scrape. I keep offering to buy you new ones, and you keep saying no.
Well, the problem is that, like, you want me to have, like, good headphones, and all the good headphones, like, with good mics and stuff, have the rigid top thingy.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't ever adjust small enough for my head.
This is true.
Which is why I have this one, because it has the thingies.
Do you have an idea, Guido?
Who's going to go down the path?
So I was able to see the second tier.
Yes.
I'm going to teleport to the second tier.
Okay. Let me roll. Okay. Well, ironically, you do end up on the second tier. You are now in a relatively narrow... again, it's not to scale, viewers at home, I'm sorry. You're in a relatively narrow, what looks like a cave passageway. And there's... gosh darn it, I keep selecting the wrong layer. And there's a lot of twists and turns, so you're not really 100% sure where you are in any direction. You can hear the water from where you are, though.
I'm going to head towards the water.
Okay. So, meanwhile, Snarg and Abilene make their way up the thing. And as you're making your way up the thing, you see one of the two passageways I mentioned before, and Guido walks out of one of them.
Oh, didn't realize you went on ahead, buddy.
How did you get on this side of the river?
I found a shortcut.
That is true.
Do you want me to roll deception?
That is still a deception, but that is true.
This is charisma, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a 15.
Woohoo.
I think.
Hold on. Hold
Wait.
on.
I know you're lying.
Okay.
Mine's a 7, so...
Oh my gosh, so you totally believe him.
Like totes my goats.
Totes my goats.
I
You
wish
are on...
you'd have showed us. We just tried to climb a thing. The Snarg says the alarm means they're intruders. I mean, that's kind of a duh. When alarms start going off like that, it generally means there's intruders.
Well, enemies. Enemies specifically.
Well, I didn't see it until Snarg was going over the river, so, you know.
So, as you're looking out at the plains on the second tier, let me go ahead and give you your options. First of all, you can climb up to the third tier. Duh. You could also go down the passageway that Guido didn't come from, or down the passageway Guido did come from. Those are the only three real options as far as progressing, other than jumping back down into the river. But before
that way just goes back to where we came from, right? So we should go through that way.
I'm sorry. Real quick, though, as you're looking out into the plains, the grassy plains, you notice that the grass is very verdant. I'm just going to move you over here because you're so enthralled by this that you have to go over and watch. Verdant, yes, very life-filled. And you see a tall, gray, kind of a ghostly figure who is saying things. You can't really make it out. It's obviously not talking to you. But you,
gray ghost.
And it's speaking to very, very faint outlines of what looks like a Lugian, full-size Lugian, and a gnome, and a human, and an Olthoi, and a fish, and a frog, just all sorts of races. No fishes or frogs, though. And it's explaining to them something. You can't make out any of the words. And all of this looks like a recording, a holographic recording that was very badly recorded, so it's just barely there.
Is it? Can we not make it out because it's too far away, or is it just not have any
It's
sound?
just not sufficiently dense. I don't know what other word to use there.
It sounds like somebody recorded it.
It's
through
not good quality.
Yeah, it's very, very low
through a bad
quality.
cell phone.
Help me, Obi-Wan Fish Tank. You're my only hope.
Yes, exactly. And he's whatever the large gray amorphous blob thing is semi-humanoid, and I guess the only one of you who would have any reaction to him is Guido. It just occurred to me. So Guido, as you look at this thing, you just get this vague, like, okay, I'm going to try and describe this right, because this is super vague. In real life, we look at certain things and we think, like, well, obviously that's the bad guy, right? You know, you have the twirling mustache and the narrow, beady eyes, you know. Well, not quite like that, but you know what I mean. We have things that we, at our current point in culture and society, look at and just associate, right? So as you're looking at this guy, you can't really pick out exactly what it is, but you associate this as the villain. Like, so there's just something that you just despise in whatever this guy is, the tall, gray individual.
Okay.
All three of you do make out a single word in his speech, though.
What's
Okay.
that?
The word Discord.
Oh, shoot, I got a couple channels on that. We can just go there and find out what they're saying. They want us to go to Discord. That's what's going on.
There are two separate common usages of that word that have sprung up since I wrote this story. It amuses me.
So, is this? Does it look like it's like on repeat, or is it just one continuous?
Oh no, it's definitely on repeat, but it's a fairly long repeat.
Well, that's unusual. I wonder why they have something like that. It just triggers when alarms go off.
Oh yeah, the alarms are a lot less audible here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier. You start to realize that there's this slow kind of, you know what ambient music sounds like?
Yeah.
You know, not real music, just
Elevator music.
Yeah, well, no, I mean like the Mass Effect Galaxy map song. That's actually a great example.
It's just
of that
kind of
thing.
in the background. It's not really intrusive. It's not really music. It's just noise that has a melody.
Yeah, exactly. There's this kind of really faint tone like that playing right now. Very comforting, very warm. Things are good.
I'm starting to think this place systems or something are a little bit scrambled. So first you go from intruder alert, then let's replay a garbled message in the middle of a field, and now we're in a waiting room.
You require more Vespine gas.
I feel like I want to hit a secretary. So what was down that hallway, Guido?
It's back the way we came. He just came
Well-
from there. He said he found the shortcut.
Yeah, not all of it. There's more to the tunnel than just that path.
What is that?
Well, I didn't go that way.
Wait, what?
He was trying to link back up with you, duh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Maybe we can find some sort of little central control thing, like the Scions have had those before, and see if we can make a heads or tails of what's going on in this place. Maybe shut off this annoying music.
As you head down the corridor, the klaxons become more apparent, and the music fades.
Ah, sweet, sweet shrill silence. Like, I like a lot more drums in my stuff.
So the corridor, as I mentioned, viewers at home, it's a lot thinner. This isn't actually 20 or 30 feet wide. It's actually very narrow. Guido, at some places, has to actually kind of squidge himself sideways to get through it. If you were to guess based on just the overall layout, it looks kind of like a service corridor of sorts. It branches after a bit, left and right.
Which way should we go? Or did we go back the way Guido came?
No.
Yes. No.
Oh, we did.
If you didn't, I need to undo all of that.
Well, no, it's we went back the way Guido came.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to Guido and say, okay, which way did you come from?
Yep, there you go. I don't remember. I laid some birdseed to keep my path, and it seems to be gone.
I point to the left.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go right? Okay.
I guess we're going right.
My viewers at home can understand why that amuses me. I'm not gonna say anything out loud, though.
Because the answer is always to the left.
So, let's move this just a little bit further up. There we go, we can kind of see all this. So you open up into another large-ish area, which is filled to the brim with slices of obsidian, which start to slowly pool into aggregate pools.
That doesn't look good.
I've seen this thing before.
And the obsidian just kind of starts slowly clumping together.
This is back slowly out.
There's another pile, and there's another pile, and there's like...
I say we go back the way we came.
Back slowly out.
You get the hell out of Dodge.
We go down the left path.
Okay, the left path, ironically, will also lead to that same area, but there's another path there. Would you like to go back to the obsidian area, or down the other area?
Well, I'm going to ask Guido, which way did you come from?
So, sorry, Sibri was talking to me. So, you're saying that there's basically two paths, one that goes back to the obsidian room and the other path.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say that I came up through a doorway in the obsidian room.
Ah! It all makes sense.
How did you get past
My
the...
perception on that?
Are you rolling deception against him, Sis? Okay. Whoops.
I'm supposed to be watching him. I can tell when he's lying. He's not a good one.
That's
Ooh,
true.
I did good this time. I rolled a 16.
Didn't need to. I fumbled that.
Oh.
I got a 19.
So I'm picturing in lore what Guido, the character, is saying is basically, yeah, I walked doorway through the obsidian place.
Yeah. I like that.
So Abilene's going to kind of turn, kind of look at you.
I think we should take the other passage.
She's going to turn, she's going to look at Snarg.
What are you looking at me for?
And then she's going to pull out a notebook and she's going to make a note.
What's the note, out of curiosity? He's
Subject
lying.
appears. Yeah, subject appears to be attempting to deceive me about how he managed to move from one location to another.
Suspect he's a desolate. No.
No.
Okay. So you go down.
You spelled subject wrong. No,
Do you go down the other passageway?
I guess so.
Perfect. So you enter a fairly small cavernous area, kind of like, again, cave. There are two large pools of water in the cave. Unlike the previous rushing rapids of doom, however, these are standing pools. In fact, they are so still that they are unnaturally still. It probably takes you a moment to even notice that there's water there. Let's see. Whoop. One of the pools is maybe about 30 feet diameter, and the other one's about 20 feet diameter. You are not sure how deep they are, of course. And it's... Oh, by the way, I'm just going to assume someone has some light going, because it's frickin' dark over here.
I am sure in my handy utility belt I have stuff that does that.
She pulls out a flare.
Torch.
There we go. And yeah, Guido has the frickin' sword, if you want to. But I only mention that because it is pretty dark in this room specifically, whereas it hasn't been for most of the previous areas.
Right. Does this appear to be a dead end otherwise?
Yes. Unless there's something in the water.
Alright, we'll look down to see if there's something in the water.
It is so dark you can't see.
Like the water is actually like unnaturally dark?
Yes, actually. That's a good way to put that.
I left that 10-foot pool to dissolve in the river, so... I mean, let's examine it. Does this seem to be like the same type of water that was in the river?
Give me an int roll.
Alright. Oh, it's a 14.
That's pretty good. Yes and no.
It's not as nostalgic.
No, it still smells very nostalgic. But there's obviously less caustic energy coursing through it.
No, I like the idea that it doesn't smell as nostalgic.
Okay, fine. It doesn't smell as nostalgic.
Because that would just be kind of funny.
It smells like... Oh, I can't remember the joke all of a sudden. What's that joke in Dragon Age Inquisition about the cheese? It tastes like despair. That was it.
Oh.
This cheese tastes like despair. No, it smells like melancholy.
Ah, right. Of course. A familiar scent. Well, this place is real weird. I think...
Agreed? Agreed? I agree with you.
Actually, just curious. So, when I was looking for, other ways out, does that include like looking up to make sure there's not tunnels going up?
I admittedly hadn't occurred to me, but there is no up in this particular room.
Okay.
You should jump, man. No, don't do that.
No, I mean, I'll test it with the finger just to see if this is similar to that caustic stuff.
All right. Well, it is not caustic at all. However, it recoils at your touch, and you feel the sensation of someone basically cringing away from you.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Hello?
What language are you using?
Probably common.
Okay. So not much happens.
It's a lie. The water is getting sentience.
After a few minutes of you being in here, without real warning, the water level of one of the pools just kind of dips a bit, like a foot or two. And then after a moment, there's a fairly loud sploosh sound, and then it goes right back up to the level it was. And now that particular pool is agitated. I don't have a better word for that.
The surface is rough.
Yes, it has gone from being perfectly still to
Ripples.
yeah.
What in the world? So we have
Art, who are you talking to?
the water, I guess. It seems to be alive or something.
What?
Yeah. I'll just wave my hand over it to see if it has any reaction to that.
Which pool?
The non-agitated one.
Okay. It doesn't have any reaction to that, no.
No.
Well, you could do an elemental affinity roll here.
Oh, sure.
I wasn't saying anything because I figured that would occur to you.
Not on. I'm great at that on every day except Thursday, apparently. I've got a 14.
A 14 is... I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I was hoping for a 15, but I don't want to make you blow an AP on this.
I couldn't even if you wanted to.
These are pools of water elementals.
Oh. Never met an elemental before.
Yes.
Well, that's not true. I've never met the water elemental before, is what I meant to say.
You've met ice elementals, fire elementals, light elementals, and spatial. I want to say.
Life, actually. Snarg was
No,
actually.
I'm talking about the fairy.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, you've met space and life.
So how did we speak?
I don't think we've met Zeiss's elemental.
I don't think so either. Although that's actually not an elemental.
Zeiss's elemental isn't an elemental.
Nope, it is an aspect, which is actually a different thing.
How are you supposed to? How did we communicate with the elementals before? Did they just speak to us?
So.
Oh no, the life elemental was the one that we met at Slovina's cave.
Bingo. Way back, Slovina
Way back.
had a pact
You've
with
only
that
met
one.
two that could talk, though. The life
Yeah.
elemental and Zariel's ice elementals had been learning to talk.
Because I'll go ahead and give this to I think all three of you, because I think all three of you in character would know this. Elementals are very much subject to droid effect. When they are first birthed into being, they're basically puppies. You know, no real. And actually, puppy is overselling because dogs are pretty intelligent. They're closer to like pigs or something. You know, they're not very smart, not very cognizant. But the more they interact with people and other sentient and sapient life, and it has to be interaction, they slowly grow, and they actually increase in size as well as intellect, and slowly become fully sentient sapient beings. The life elemental, if you'll remember, and this is kind of for my viewers as well, all the way back in that first adventure, was over a century old at that point, and had been interacting almost continuously with the Dragonflayer clan for most of that century, hence it being a very large and very powerful elemental that died. Now, and of course, it had the ability to communicate pretty much perfectly with people as long as it just connected with you. These elementals do not seem to be particularly intelligent, but they certainly seem to be capable of feeling pain, and that appears to be what you're looking at right now.
They're pained by touching them.
No, they're pained by something, though.
Okay.
With my book knowledge, could I maybe have studied elementals?
I'm going to see if any of the players can come up with anything before I just say your characters figure it out.
Lava?
Oh, I mean, I assume they probably don't like this place because I can't even use my elemental abilities in here. It's probably like being in a cage. You know what? There's one thing I always have on hand: water skin.
That's true. It's literally saved your life before.
I wonder if they like actual water. I would feed it some water and see.
Okay, you sploosh the water out onto it, and it like stays on the surface, like separate from the water elemental water, until after a bit it the two merge.
I have aquamarines, which is water element.
That's true.
So maybe they like aquamarine stuffs. I'm willing to sacrifice an aquamarine to see if it makes them calm down.
Go for it.
So I will toss an aquamarine into the pool.
At first it sits on the water, as if the water was gelatin, basically.
Yeah.
After a bit, it very slowly seeps into the water. The water
Yeah.
elemental, I should be more clear about my term. And then just kind of hovers there just under the surface. It doesn't go far before it leaves view completely, however. Hang on. I'm sorry, real quick. Which pool are you putting this into?
I was gonna toss it into the agitated pool.
Okay, so that I was assuming correctly. So that does cause the agitation to still considerably, and after maybe another minute, it goes back to being still like the other pool is.
So I'll kind of squat down next to the water and be like, "Did you like that? Do you want another one?"
And then the water goes up and goes, and engulfs you.
Well, it's fed enough.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That does not happen.
Does it have any kind of response to speech?
Nothing that you can discern.
If I hold out an aquamarine but don't drop it?
The water will look like it's trying to raise up to get it, but it basically can't.
It's stuck. So if I keep holding on to it and stick my hand in the
water will go, and like you'd feel like the really, really faint tugging, like a cat tugging on you. It's nothing. There's no effort there.
It's trying to get the gem loose.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have any strength.
Yes.
Snarg, you think there's anything that's holding these in? I mean, if it's a water elemental, they should be able to morph, well, a lot. They shouldn't be stuck in a stagnant pool shape.
Right, I can't see down into what's going on down there.
Right about now, the other pool lowers another
with
foot, just like the
eating
previous
my
one
hand.
did, and then comes back up, and now the other pool is agitated.
I'll face some more water.
Sploosh.
Actually, I'll like empty out the water around it, and then like see if it wants to go into the water skin.
Snarg, it would occur to your character that this water elemental being in a place of aetherite is physically incapable of functioning. It can't do. It can barely move at all.
Right, not even enough for that. Well, I don't know how to do anything except just like pull it out or something.
Get the shop vac. Let's go.
No, I'm asking, like, I'll ask Snarg, is there some sort of device that's holding them still?
I don't know. I don't see one.
Okay.
It's down the tube, and
My hand, I'm assuming my hand is perfectly fine after having been in the pool.
Yes, no damage, no nothing.
All right. I'm going to sit Sasha down. And I'm going to go look.
Oh, God. Which pool are you jumping into? This is very important.
The one that I fed aquamarines to.
Crap.
Why?
I'm going to need a strength roll very quickly.
I fed it 2 aquamarines.
You're not resisting the elemental that can barely move.
Yeah, no, I know. It's a roll of a 17 plus 3 is an unnatural 20.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, you go in there, and you start looking around. Of course, it's very thick because it's a water elemental, so you're having trouble seeing. And as you get towards the bottom, you see what looks like a drain, which clearly has some kind of device, Magitech device, made of pure aetherite around it. And as you look at it a moment, you realize it looks like, I already kind of described it, it's a drain. And you start to realize that it's clicking and it's about to open. And you succeed at your strength check to get the hell out of dodge as it opens and sucks the water elemental into it. And then you get back to the shore. And then by the time you pull yourself up on the shore, the water level raises again as another water elemental is dumped out.
So it's sucking water elementals down and then dropping another one in.
Yes, it's cycling them.
Oh, that's horrible. Is my weaving skill good enough that I can shut it off?
No. And your weaving skill is good enough to recognize that is pure aetherite.
I'm going to scoop. I'm going to get a bucket out of my utility belt, and I'm going to begin scooping water elemental out.
Into what?
The floor.
Just onto the floor? Okay.
Got a water skin. And a pot.
Guido, do you have any ideas here? She's going to be at this for a while.
Yeah.
She's basically...
Wait. I have a tent. Can I rig my tent to be kind of like a...
Like a fishing net?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll allow that.
Solid.
So,
with rope.
So you start pulling
dip it in and I'm gonna...
elementals out. She's still going to be at this one. She's basically emptying an Olympic pool of water here. Of water elementals. Yes. There are quite a few in there, too.
Well, what exactly is it doing chomping down water elementals?
Don't know. You want to go in there and figure it out?
No.
Now, you were in such a rush earlier that you didn't really see the other device, other than the fact that there was another device. And then
There's something else in there.
And then you fled for your life because I'm pretty sure if you got sucked into that thing, there's nothing in hell I can do to save your life. Like, I'm actually not sure how that would work. No, actually, no. I know what would happen. I know what happened. Do you want to go back in and go into the hole? Go into the drain?
No.
I figured it out. You'll live, I swear. Because you, alone, are small enough to live through that.
You guys scoop the rest of the elementals out. I'll go figure out what the other machine is doing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so as you start to expose more of the machine, it is clearly psionic make. And it appears to be, for lack of a better term, a pacifier. Not even going to make you roll for it. It's a pacifier of some kind.
So it is pacifying the elementals.
So it just keeps them in the pool and sucks them down and they get agitated?
No. When an agitated elemental is tossed into the pool, the pacifier calms it down. Does anybody have any damage right now?
No. Snark healed himself.
What'd you say, Snark?
I don't have any damage.
Not unless healing doesn't work in here.
Guido?
I took some damage when I fell off the roof.
So it occurs to me. I'm sorry, I should have actually mentioned this much earlier, but that damage has been healed since you walked into this room. It was very slow. You probably didn't even notice at first. But like if you were to look down at an open wound, for example, it would really slowly start to close back up and mend the skin. And that is... Bless you. And that is being given off by this device. The second device.
Oh, can you just like pick that up and take that with you and just heal him
It's
forever?
not actually mobile.
Well, that just means it hasn't been printed out of the wall yet.
That's true.
No. I don't...
So I wonder if we could use the psionic cube to stop the cycle.
We could try. You want to do it, or do you want me to?
I think you've got a better chance.
All right, I'll see if there's anything I can connect to in here.
Okay. Give me an int roll.
All right. 5.
Alright, all three of you, as Snarg is doing this, suddenly feel this weird change in your stomach. And it takes you a moment to recognize it's the sensation of falling.
I'm in water. It's a weird thing to feel.
I can't find anything to connect to.
I shouldn't say falling. It's not like you're just sudden drop. Just like, you know that sensation like when an elevator starts to go down and you can feel it for a bit? Until you start to equalize again? That's the sensation you just got.
Snarg?
Yeah, I'm still fiddling with it. Hang
Did
on.
you tell the plane to land?
I don't know. I'm just trying to find something to connect to.
Pretty sure you just told the plane to land.
That might be a good
I'm
thing.
gonna swim down and check out the other device because it should be getting ready to cycle.
It
The second
has
device.
it has stopped cycling.
It has stopped cycling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna swim back up and say, it stopped cycling.
Oh.
Well done.
Guess it worked.
I think everything has stopped cycling.
That may be good. Here, no. If we're done here,
I think we are.
I'd like to pause and give some out-of-character information real quick. I want everyone at home and my players to picture the Olthoi watching the Citadel suddenly start going towards the ground.
Just slowly.
Very, very slowly. It's just... it's going to take like an hour to actually reach the ground. Probably longer, actually.
All right, so let's. Why don't we take one of these little guys with us? You know, just in case one of them wants to come.
How are you going to separate them?
I mean, do they not? Can you not like scoop one out?
They're having trouble maintaining cohesion because they can barely move. So they're not really coalescing the way they should be right now.
So I just take a bucket full.
All right, so you've got one's arm, one's ear, and one's head. Equivalent. You hear it going, "Hey, take me back to it." No, so you can take a bucket. It's just kind of rolling the dice what you're taking with you.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to like take half of somebody's body. That just seems kind of rude. If they're allowed to sit here, maybe they'll come to their senses a little bit and pull themselves together.
Now that they're not being cycled through the aetherite machine.
Right. On the other hand, we can come back here to a bunch of angry, rampaging water elementals.
Now that the pacifier isn't working.
Mm-hmm. Where would you get a whole bunch of water elementals in the first place?
From the plane of...
I'm sure nobody's really pissed off by the sudden disappearance of a lot of water elementals in the world.
I wonder.
I will note this was before the water temple was detonated.
Oh well, maybe we should mark this place and come back to it later. Let me see. I've got something in here for this.
I don't actually have... The number was covered up. We'll just call this room 5.
Begins with a C and ends with fishhook? What?
There, 5.
Yeah.
This is now room 5.
So I'll get out here and mark... I'll mark this room 5 for some inexplicable reason.
Excellent. Now your options are to go back to the second tier or go through the obsidian death.
I think you might ought to undo whatever it was that you just did.
No! There's no reason to suspect anything. Other than that weird feeling you had.
But I recognize that feeling, and I've flown on a lot of airships. That is the feeling of going down.
Actually, in fairness, Guido, you'd probably pick up on that immediately, too. Whether you cared or not is a totally different matter.
Well, I would mention it because of my engineering.
Okay.
So I think we may be descending.
Well, is that a good thing or not? I mean, like, are you talking about landing, descending, or are you talking about like falling off, descending? Those are two very
the
different.
Citadel is landing.
Okay, so that's maybe not be as bad.
In the crater.
Yeah.
So you want me to try
Maybe we
and
don't want to touch
turn it back on again?
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, we might need to.
Okay, well, here goes.
Roll int. Roll well.
My best stat. Well, hey, I can't. It's almost impossible for me to roll lower than last time.
Okay. I'm gonna laugh if it's a 4.
Natural 20.
Okay. Wow. Okay. You do a better connection this time, and you get a little more info as a result of this.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically... So the water elementals are being used effectively as a form of conduit for the energy that's actually keeping this place aloft. And I know Snark doesn't know that much about weaving, but if you say this out loud, Abilene will be like, that's actually really brilliant.
That's actually really brilliant.
Because it's...
I doubt the water elementals think so highly of it.
No, it's horrible, but it explains how a place that is so antithetical to magical energy which would require a huge amount of energy to stay aloft, can do so. In
What
fact,
the voice in my head said.
based on this and what you saw earlier, Snarg, you're pretty sure that river is actually closer to like a power cord, basically.
Oh, so we basically just stepped through an electrical line.
Yeah. It probably wasn't meant to be exposed like that.
I'm
But
guessing
again-
it's alternating current since it heals and then damages you. All right. Well, that's terrible.
So yes, these not...
revisit this.
Well, actually, you don't know if these are sentient or sapient elementals, because the mere presence of the aetherite prevents them from functioning, as I've already mentioned.
Based on who built this place, I'm guessing didn't even bother to check.
Probably not.
So I'm guessing they're probably sentient.
Also, there's Tusker mines here. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. All right. Is this thing like a modular? Like, can I learn anything else about the layout of this place?
Sure. As a result of connecting this, you feel that the second level. So you're on like the top floor of 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than 3, but there's 3 main floors. So for the purpose of this, we're just going to talk about those 3. I can't show you the other 2 floors, viewers at home. I haven't done this markup map, but they're there. You feel that this flow goes all throughout it in a particular pattern. I don't know how to describe it. But you do get a feel for the flow of where the water is, and I'll describe it more specifically in a bit. The second level right now is actually completely flooded, basically, and you're pretty sure that's not what's supposed to happen. However, you are also aware that there's vents and shunts that enable you to basically move the water around such that you'll be able to traverse the citadel.
Okay.
But you'll always be locked out from at least one level.
All right. Can I tell because Star would think this because the airship had one of these a little command room.
Yes, at the very bottom,
Aha!
under the.
Know where we
the
need
third
to
level.
go. Oh, right. By the way, what is that obsidian room? Does it say?
It is one of many guard rooms.
Yeah, that's just checking.
It's there
What's-
to
what's
prevent.
beyond
It is there to prevent the enemy from encroaching.
Gotcha.
Oh, this is really relevant, and I think this is a good time to start with this. Guido, you begin to hear a very faint voice in your head. It's not quite coherent yet, because it's just like, but it is desperate and it is afraid.
Okay.
Did I not?
I will move around the room, see if I can, hear it better.
Okay. None of your particular movements seem to change the frequency or whatnot. Oh, by the way, you feel a bit of a lurch as the citadel stops falling. I forgot to mention that earlier when he restarts the
Elevator
system.
coming to a stop.
Yes, the elevator comes to a stop as he restarts the system, and watermelons are once again being used to power the facility. Citadel.
Okay.
They're the good guys, I swear, to viewers at home. So, roughly speaking right now, your options are Obsidian Death, Passageway, or Wall up to the 3rd tier. Okay.
Sounds like I don't want to go to Obsidian Death. I'm just putting that out there.
Okay. Obsidian Death. Guido goes out and dies. He doesn't. There's no damage. It's an instant death attack. Have either of you played
Not
Dishonored
surprised.
2 by chance? Or seen
Played
someone?
what?
Have either of you played Dishonored 2?
No.
There's a new type of enemy that are these automated robots that basically have swords for arms. But the reason I'm going to bring this up is they have special animations when they kill you, and one of them is because you're first person, right? So one of them was one of the arms jabs like right here, and then one right here, and then you suddenly see your viewpoint being lifted up, and then the third arm just kind of does this. And your viewpoint goes over there for some strange reason. It's actually really horrifying to watch.
Well, let's not do that.
So anyways, that's the Obsidian Room.
Let's not do that. It's a terrible place. Maybe up to the 3rd tier then.
Okay. Do you guys want to go to the 3rd tier?
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm not going to make you do climbing checks. You got to climb up. There are tents.
I knew it!
Wait. Okay, I see the tents.
Okay. What you see is an area... when I say tents, though, I'm actually lying completely. What you see are what looks like models of buildings, and some of which you even recognize. You see distinct Osteth, Show, and Navarre design, like architectural design in there. It's old, though. Very old. Again, this looks like a badly recorded, bad quality hologram kind of a situation. And there is another individual. This one's much more clearly distinct, though. It is a large violet individual with multiple arms, but the arms, I'm saying that wrong, multiple tentacles that are basically protruding from it, and it's wearing this large cloak that is covering most of its being. And it has a distinct mask, ivory mask, covering where the head should be that 2 of you should recognize immediately as one of the types of masks that the 11 wear. And this entity, whatever it is directing and you can see, like, it's very meticulous. One of the arms will reach out and help one person move over here to this, and of course the people are model sized too, so they're like this big, and it'll like help this, and it'll help construct a building, and it seems to be arranging for lack of a better term, society or civilization, if you prefer.
I knew they were up to no good.
But it's not actually saying anything?
No words are coming out of this one at all. It's just directing directly. And, like, the central mass of the being... I want to get this across because it's supposed to look kind of alien. It's not moving at all. It's just the arms, the many arms, are all grabbing and moving very fluidly. Like, each movement, there's no pausing. It just grabs, puts, adjusts, moves on immediately to the next task as one fluid motion.
Can I tell, like, exactly what its purpose is behind the specific placements? Or is it, like, directing things to where they are right today, or...?
It is making civilization. I really don't know how better to describe that. The ideas of political infrastructure and cities and, the working class, economies.
I know exactly what I'm looking at.
Money, that kind of a thing.
As player.
I was going to say, Abeline's like, aha! Actually, Abeline does have an idea of what she's looking at. It just occurred to me.
Oh?
Yeah. I should probably text you that, though. I hate to do that. But I probably should. Unless you want me to say it out loud. I'll let you decide.
No, it's fine. You can text me.
Okay.
You know what I'm thinking of.
Well, I know what you're thinking of, but...
One of the 3.
Kind of spaced this earlier. I'm going to mute myself really quick because I don't feel like typing. I should tell you where you can go before I do that. Okay, so there's the river, which obviously you now know is no longer a river, coursing right down the south area. In fact, Guido, you recognize this. You were like right over there by that river when you teleported earlier. And obviously, as a result, if you were to cross that river, there is a path going south to another area. If you were to go north, there is a very narrow passageway. Snarg, because you've got kind of that mental blueprint, I'm going to tell you where the river goes, where the conduit goes, but nothing else. So the conduit goes further north, on the other side of a wall away from you. Whoops. And that leads off to an area that shunts down to the second level below. And if you were to follow the southern path that I mentioned that you'll have to cross to get to, that leads to a purification area. That's what it was labeled as in your mind. As well as another shunt area that also goes down to the third level.
Okay.
Now I'm going to move myself. Well, you decide where you're going.
The first thing he's going to do is go over to that hologram and start waving his hand through it. I'll give the 11 guy bunny ears. So Guido, what do you think?
Well, we need to be careful.
It looks like he's about to fall asleep.
We need to be careful we don't go too far up, because there's another obsidian thing further up.
All right. So,
Should I roll
Microsoft OneDrive.
perception
No way.
against you on that?
Couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, I'm muted.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Oh, I said, should I roll deception against you on that? Because it wasn't obsidian, it was glass.
I'm not necessarily being deceitful, other than I'm not being as descriptive as I could be. But it was more just a warning of there's another like golem thing up there.
Whatever the heck those are. So you were basically just like, there's another thing kind of like that obsidian thing further
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, perhaps we could look through the southern passage.
And you have a better idea of where the passages go, so
There's a place called the Purification Room across the river. I don't know what that is.
Well, it sounds less dangerous than obsidian thing.
I mean, you would think, but their idea of purification may be, just destroy whatever's in there. It could be a fancy name for a garbage room,
considering what they were doing to the water elementals, that's kind of scary.
What was the water elemental room named?
Fuel source.
Fuel source. There.
Actually, I suppose that's an inaccurate term. We'll call it coolant.
That's the wrong version of the word sense.
Yes, I know. I don't care. It didn't understand anything, so I finally just started typing anyways, because it was being dumb. So, you're going to try and go south? All right. How would you like to cross the conduit of horrible, untimely death?
Well, I know it's not instantly fatal. No, at least
That is true, although if you fall in, you are very likely to fall down a level or two.
I don't have anything I can just bridge this with. I don't have any geomancy stuff.
I've got it. Guido, hold your arms way up tall and get really stiff. He's going to lay you down as a bridge over the...
If it works, it works.
Narrow enough?
No. If you were a full-sized Lugian, that would actually work, but then you'd have other problems all the time.
What if he was to use me as a launching pad?
It's like you bend down and just run and jump off you.
And I, do the...
And you get that would give him a boosty, yeah. That could totally work. That would give him a bonus to his jump.
You can leapfrog.
Yeah.
We could try, I guess. And I could hold up my canvas and parachute down on the other side if I come up short.
All right, Guido, give me a strength roll to support, and then Snarg, give me a strength roll to jump, and
Right.
Abilene, give me a strength roll to hold on to Snarg. We're just all strength all the time today.
All right. All strength, all the time, 24/7.
15 to hold on to Snarg.
Okay. Guido?
26.
Okay.
Well, I hope that gives me a bonus.
It does give you a plus -3. What do you get?
I got a 17.
A 17. Wow. Well, actually, the irony is I literally did decide that gives you a +3, which is sufficient. So Guido, you're like, and you just fling him. Like, it takes Snarg a moment to really get his balance as he's like being hurled through the air. But
With me attached to
with
him.
you attached, and Abilene, you're like, wah! And Abilene, you're actually probably tense, ready to jump off again at a moment's notice.
I'm like, we're gonna make it. Oh wait, this is not gonna be comfortable.
And then
I'm
and then
like holding onto his hair.
and then you collide with the opposite side, which is actually a wall. There's like maybe a 2 or 3 foot space where you can stand before a wall. So you basically hit the other wall.
Right, and just nails on chalkboard screech down the side.
Yep. And then you are now on the little ledge there, which you can scooch yourself over.
We made
I
it.
was worried that you might not make it far enough, like last time.
He made sure this time. He made really
What's
sure.
the name of that thing that you play where you're running the
Xylophone.
people around?
Soccer.
No, building civilizations and battling other peoples.
Civilization.
Why is it not in your list of things?
Civ 5. It should be there. Look under S for Sid Meier's Civilization.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why they put it under S. It irritates me.
Because it's Sid Meier's.
He hasn't really been involved in the series in years.
See, like Walt Disney, they just keep him in
Yeah, fair enough.
stasis and then bring him out whenever they want to use his name.
Quick! Sign this. Okay, back in the pod. So Guido! How...
Like Nixon's head in Futurama.
Yeah, exactly.
Ow.
Guido, how would you like to cross?
I'm not sure that I'm going to.
You could try to jump it. It is a DC of 20. I will
don't
also
remember which one of these I'm supposed to play with. DirectX 10, 11, or DirectX
11,
9?
11.
Windows 8 touch enabled,
I don't know what that. Don't do
which
that.
is the one that's recommended.
Oh God, don't do that.
No.
You could try to jump it. I will also say, Snarg, if you want to give me a roll, a very low DC, to basically like say Guido pulls out an 18 or a 19, I would allow you to basically catch him and pull him the rest of the way. So Snarg, give me the roll.
All right. What
It's
kind
important to
what
note
is this?
that I picked Tasha back up.
Watch it up.
She's
got a 15.
Not
I
still
don't
in
know.
water
I don't
elemental
know.
room.
Add to it. But
15 is sufficient. So Guido, you have to hit an 18.
I know I'm going to fail this. I know I am.
It's okay. You'll be.
Okay. So that's 26.
So, okay, Guido, you're in character. I'm just picturing you being like, I really need to make this. So you go back like 30 feet, and you just barrel roll in. Snarg, roll reflex real quick.
Do I need to roll reflex?
Yes, you do. You made dexterity save.
hey,
It's a
27.
19 on the dice.
Both of you look up and see this cannonball catapulting at you, and are like, "Whoa!" Guido?
Like, you're both thinking as I'm going back, he's not going to make it.
He's not going to make it.
He's not gonna make it.
And yeah, so both of them are just like braced, like, okay, we got to be ready to help him. And then they see you barreling at them, Wile E. Coyote style, and they're just like,
They both just step to the left and the right and just goes into the
Yep.
wall.
yeah. So Guido is now in basically
He's
smashed
in the
against
wall.
the wall. No, this is eighth right.
No, come on.
I can only stretch reality so far.
He
Also,
did
there's lava on the other side of this wall, so you don't want to
Oh,
be.
never
in the
mind.
wall.
He didn't get the wall. Let's just let him hit the wall.
So you
Is that about 5 points of damage?
yeah, that sounds good. You smash into the wall and you kind of slowly slide down onto the ledge. You made it.
All right, now slide to the right and cha-cha real smooth.
All right. Now my sis is having issues, and I'm kind of having issues too. So I want to go through a couple more things, and I think we could cut off tonight. Does that sound good?
How do I find the volume control?
I have no idea. It's in our options audio. So, as you go into there, there are a couple other side passages you can go through. I don't recommend going through those, to be completely honest with you. But you do see one where the water is being gathered into an area, and basically energy is being ripped out of it, and you see this massive vortex of just all types of energy. Elemental energy, literally electricity, some types of energy you don't even recognize, just this maelstrom in this other room. It's putting your hair on end just being this close to it, and it's like 50 feet that way. And that appears to be channeling somewhere else into the citadel, and the water is like going there, releasing the energy, and then continuing onwards. I don't recommend going in that room, but if you really want to, that's okay. Here, I'll go ahead and put you in the room. Okay, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Okay, reroll.
All right.
You continue down the hallway. We are in room 14 now. We've skipped ahead a little bit. And you could see towards the end, so there's a bit of a passageway which is going to be very difficult to reach. Basically, that ledge is going to get to the point where it's about this far out. So you're going to have to really shimmy very carefully to get across that. Mm-hmm. And it's like water, the horrible electric water all underneath. And it is, again, rapid style. It's currently going through here, and as I mentioned earlier, this is the water that's going down to the 3rd level. So if you end up in that water, you're taking the trip all the way down to the 3rd level. Just a heads up. Or you can try to sneak your way across the ledge. There is also a passageway past that you can actually see now that you're not limited to just knowing where the water is, which clearly seems to indicate some kind of staircase area, which probably goes down.
Oh.
I would like a awareness roll from everyone in addition to all this.
All right. That turns up 21 for me.
Mine ends up as a 20.
Okay. Pretty good, pretty good.
27.
Wow, guys. Alright, so, on the ceiling in this room, there's a lot of different shards of pyrite that is just kind of littered around the ceiling as if someone broke a bunch of shards of it, and then it just kind of floated up into the ceiling. And as you approach, it starts to slowly coalesce into several different piles of pyrite.
That's bad.
So take a step back.
Okay. And now what?
Another step back.
We're going to...
You
Way to go.
Okay. Let me rewind just a second here before you take a step back. You could try and bolt for it. You might have time to get through before they coalesce fully. But you'll either be bolting through the water or trying to shimmy very quickly. Or you can try and fight, or you can give up. Or you can run through while under attack. I don't know if there's any other options, because this is just me talking. I do have a bit of a headache right now, but that's what I got.
Please surrender. No,
I don't think they understand language.
well, I could bolt. I'd probably pick Abilene up.
Abilene, hold on to Sasha really tightly.
Guido?
I don't think going, trying to bolt through the water is going to be safe.
Sorry. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I think our best bet is to shimmy as fast as we can and make a run for the passage as soon as we can.
Shimmy, 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 shimmy,
Okay,
shimmy, shimmy.
so is this a consensus?
Alright, if you think we can shimmy real smooth, then...
No, I don't.
I mean,
All right.
I think it's the better idea.
I was surprised that you're suggesting shimming, because...
So I need your marching orders.
Well,
Or order, excuse me. There should be no
I'm
S there.
on Snarg.
So you're not even shimmying. You're just holding on to Snarg.
I am prepared to...
I guess I'd probably be in front
off of
because
him.
we've been doing the mapping. I've been following the map. Yeah.
Okay. So Abilene is clenching to Snarg's head.
Mm-hmm.
Snarg is in front, then Guido. Okay, so first I need a strength check from Abilene. Then I need a dexterity check, 3 of them, actually, from Snarg, and 3 of them from Guido.
All right. It's red, green, and blue. The order.
That is a 21 for strength.
Okay, you're holding on pretty tightly. A little too tightly. Snarg, get a negative 17 to... No, I'm kidding.
It's not going to matter.
Oh, God. Okay.
Maybe all 3 of these add up to a decent check, but
Well, what's the first check? And then I need Guido's first check. We'll start with there.
first check is an 11.
11 is actually sufficient to start.
The second one is an 18.
That's pretty good. Hang on. Guido, what's your first?
11.
That's enough to start.
That's a matching bonus right there.
That's true. You get synergy bonus. Guido, what's your second?
Just rolled it, so that's
And you do get chaos bonus on this, by the way.
so that's a 10 because of my armor bonus.
So Snarg, you did an 18, which is slightly above what's needed. I'm going to give you a chance to reach out and grab Guido and steady him.
Okay.
We'll say a dexterity save to have the reflex to do it, and then
It's
a strength
actually better
check
than
to
my dexterity
actually
checks.
accomplish it. So,
All right. I'm like, whoa, cowboy. Oh, never mind. You're going in and drink. No, I got a 16.
okay, now give me the strength check to help pull him back.
Oh, okay. I just push him in. I got an 11.
Yeah! No, 11 is actually sufficient. If Guido now rolls strength to pull himself back, and also rolls at least moderately well.
The strength check. Okay, so
Yeah,
I don't have
straight
my
strength.
armor negative, so that's 24.
Okay, you've made it past the second hurdle. Now, right about now, the pyrite bats have formulated
Oh,
and have swooped down.
he's the animal handling.
They're rabidly attacking Guido.
What did he do?
He was there.
I'm just going to do a couple. You know what? I just need like a bunch of D20 rolls here.
They just completely passed both of us. We're like, kill Guido.
That is actually kind of exactly what's happening.
Well,
So
yeah.
we'll say 3 swoop in really quick. Looks like none of them hit you, but I am going to need a balancing roll from the distraction
I'll
from
teach you
Guido.
for being an enemy.
So is this a dex save or just a dex?
A dex
check?
save on this one.
So that's
Fail 3 dex saves, you become a desolate. Wait.
22.
22 is sufficient. So Guido, they come at you. They don't do any damage.
Tink tink.
They don't get through AC because I rolled garbage. These guys have insane to hit too.
You weave these away or something? Isn't this
and-
good for weaving?
You are using my new lower AC, right? 26.
Actually, no, I wasn't.
That's okay.
So that means 2 of them actually hit you. I'm sorry. I forgot we did that. Thanks for reminding me, Guido.
Massive amounts of
I'm an honest player. What?
No, I mean, we did do that. I mean, you suggested, and I agreed completely with the reasoning for doing it. The AC values were getting a little ridiculous. Okay, so this is the Whoa! This will be physical damage if you have any DR.
I do.
Plus 25. So that's 53 damage.
For the first hit.
No, that is 5 hits.
Okay.
So just what's
hit, it's -5.
okay? So that's going to be 28 damage after
Okay.
all your DR. Sorry, I didn't even think about that. My bad. Okay, Snarg,
Yes.
third dexterity roll.
This one ends up being a 10.
No. Okay, Guido, give me a dexterity roll, first of all. See if you have enough to save him.
Ooh. Do I have my armor negative?
Yes.
So, okay. That's going to be a 15.
A 15 is enough. Abilene, I would like you to try and prevent your ride from tipping over into the brink.
Okay.
Counterbalance.
Yeah, I'm just going to say...
Grab a bat and throw it away from us.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Give me a strength check. Because you're going to grab your grapple and just, like, fling it to the other hull and just hope to grab onto something. In order to try and pull back against the wall.
That is a 17.
That's good enough. So that gives you a chance to restabilize Snark. Give me a strength check.
Okay. Strength
And
is
I'm imagining I have
better.
like hooked around his, like I'm sitting piggyback style
Sure.
with like my feet hooked on his, like under his
That is
arms.
kind of what I was picturing, yeah.
All right. The massive 24.
Wow. Okay. You stabilize. You don't make any progress, though.
No. Guido, I'm not making any progress. I've just stabilized.
Some bats swoop in.
Oh.
All
I think
attacking.
they're-
Hurry your ass up.
All attacking Guido. There are now 4
I'm
bats
trying.
here attacking Guido.
It's okay. It looks like you're doing
Um,
fine.
2 of them hit. 4,
Asshole.
1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be 4 hits. 4. So 20 is going to be reduced from this number. So 5 is okay. 10, 15, 24, 27 damage after DR physical.
Ouch.
And I need a dexterity save.
Uh, 24.
24 is way sufficient. Seeing that their tactics aren't working, the bats all start to collate into one large creature. Snar, give me a dexterity roll
Oh.
to get the rest of this way.
All right. Dexterity roll turns out to be a 21.
21! You are on ground that is no longer 3 inches wide.
All right. Progress.
Guido? You
Take
got
my hand.
this. You got this, man. Yeah, Snarg, you actually have the availability to help him on this.
All right,
So-
I'll heal him.
That you could do that too.
I'll help him get over here so he doesn't. You know.
Okay, so yeah, you can just we'll say strength. Add a strength to give a bonus to his roll.
All right.
Oh, no need.
Oh,
But, 30.
wow. Okay, so Guido, you're like, what's this? You just start tiptoeing over, just to show off. You make
Strength
it.
roll. So,
Yes.
okay.
So you make it. You are on the other side now. There's a staircase and a very large pyrite bat thing with 6 wings and is literally made of claws. What would you like to
I'm
do?
just tripping and just run past it while it's an abomination.
Oh no, it can still fly.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
see. It's also actually behind you. It's not in between you and the stairs. It's
Oh,
hovering
hey,
over.
we'll just
the
run
wall.
anyway.
So, Abilene, would you like to do anything as you're seeing this event unfold?
I guess we need to attack a bat.
Well, there's only really one bat at this point, technically.
Yeah, so I guess I need to attack a bat.
I'm sorry, I can't even move the map over enough. They're over here now.
Or run away.
Or run a- Well, I can't. I'm on Snarg.
Getting off Snarg would probably be a bad idea at this point.
I'm just gonna stick on his back and do what I can to help fend them off of the Guido.
So, I'm not going to actually make any attack rolls. You're not going to kill this thing. So you just start doing some pot shots behind you. And the thing just comes screeching at you, and I imagine you go down first, because Snarg was in the lead, and start barreling down the stairs. Guido, I imagine you're right behind him. Like, no hesitation. Yeah, okay, just right behind him. Dung, 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 dung. The stairs are, again, spiral style, going down. You don't go very far before they turn into a slide.
Oh, fun. Me.
And you slide all the way down several levels. As you're sliding down the second level, you notice that the second level is filled with water elemental goop of death. You can keep going down past the second level all the way down to the third level, and you land unceremoniously in a heap at the bottom. And we'll go ahead and cut it off there, I think.
All right.
It was just a brilliant idea, wasn't it?
And just to make it clear, that's a nice slip slide, so while I'm not saying it's impossible to go back up that way, yeah.
Certainly not going to be easy.
Yes. And with that...
Insane lunatic designed this place.
Yes, actually. Anyways.